Stadium. Tonight, it's the first of two here on this Monday night, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time. The first of two on this Monday night, the Saints and Panthers underway from Charlotte. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform instead of black and silver. It's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw his Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 12 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by Olave. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player, and not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Well, this defense for the Panthers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. On the slant, complete to Michael Thomas. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now an injury timeout, and oh boy, that's the quarterback, Derek Carr, who's in some distress. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Kamara. is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
It's Young on first down. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually in this spot, you hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A man who joined the Panthers from the NFC champs, it's Miles Sanders. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From the 43, here's second down and 7. Young to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They run it again with Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
Now Carr. And this is incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
The pickup there, 5 yards. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now Carr throwing on second down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he's unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Young. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And taken right at the 35. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Carr now to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Carolina defense. Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about a stout.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt.
They had a chance to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up an empty possession.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing, Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This second and 4. They'll try to throw now. Young. Open man right side is Sharp. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Out of the gun, it's Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
On second down, Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That upper man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action. Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week. And he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 64 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll get about 5 here, so take this down inside the 20-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 19-yard line.
Now Young running the option left. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The open man is Chark. It's complete. Touchdown! DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? On 2nd down, here's Carr. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The busy night continues for Kamara, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Carr to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Fielded at the 20. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. It's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And able to get this out to the 25. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 33. 122 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Carr. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off.
Now a hit and a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. And Kamara with a call on 1st down as he works his way forward for a gain of about 6. Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, back down a little bit. Is that an expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try to do it again.
First down, Young. That went into the hands of Thielen, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Well, you have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Saints.
Another run here with Sanders. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Young. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Now, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on their first 2 throws has them hovering up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. That's pulled in at the 32. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, they're quarterback that goes out for saying, let's get a field goal.
Not one that I've ever met.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for quick throw and turning it upfield. He could also be a weapon downfield as well.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Young to throw it. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To the air once more, Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That throw by Young incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
To throw, Young. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Teddy Bridgewater, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Ezekiel Elliott, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jalen Hurts, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. What a treat to watch the rookie in that first half. The #1 overall pick, Bryce Young. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Sanders. And he's got room. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 37-yard line. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Young now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Sanders. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Sanders again. And this time he works his way in. Touchdown, Panthers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. On play action, it's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
For the field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That another run